So I'm a bit of an idiot and forgot to actually show Niam's letter to Technobabble during the stream where I showcased the world that more or less got abandoned from Haywen SMP Season 2. If you want to go see the full breakdown of the builds that were done and why the project is on indefinite hiatus, please go check out the live stream. You'll find so much more information there. But this letter specifically was one that I had a lot of fun writing from a character perspective. And these are two gods that were in this world prior to when the players were supposed to have shown up. And I wanted to give it the proper attention it deserved and kind of break down what happened with the gods of this world a little bit better than I did in that stream. So this letter starts off, it's found by the players, or should have been found by the players, in the, most back room of the hotel in town, hidden in a cabinet behind cobwebs, essentially. So this letter was clearly left by Niam for Technobabble, who has also been called Tesla. Tesla was Technobabble's original name. You can see Niam started off the letter addressing it to Tesla, before he realized that Tesla is no more, there is only Technobabble, and changes his stance. Now, Niam is the god of contracts in this world, and as such he is very learned, has gone to law school, and honestly is a little bit full of himself in that regard, especially given that he has become a god due to Technobabble, or in this case his lover. So some of the words he uses might not be fully accurate, but that's one of the reasons why I'm breaking down what he actually means, even if it's not what is properly written. So he starts this off just apologizing for leaving, essentially, which is a good start. You want to start with an apology, but he then just kind of rambles on about how he thought their relationship could never break up, kind of thing. And obviously, since he's left this letter in a hotel room along with the key to the apartment they lived in, they've broken up. So obviously he continues on with just rambling about their life previously, and he clearly loves Technobabble, or loves Tesla at the very least. He was everything to him. But as things happen, people change, and in this case, Tesla that Niam had met grew into the god of industry, completely full of himself and scared of the rival gods in this world. And one of those gods had been Bucket, the god of holding, who had seemed to be Technobabble's friend, and helped him with some of the creations that were going on in the tower, which I highly recommend going and looking in the stream if you want to see inside the tower. But the creation they made, one of them, had led to Bucket vanishing from the world. And obviously, when a god disappears, something's up. But if it's just one god, maybe that's excusable. Maybe it would be fine, and that's kind of what Niam is suggesting here. But obviously, they had worked together on this machine that was supposed to get rid of gods, for lack of a better word. And Niam realized this, and given that he had been given god powers, that meant that his head could be on the chopping block. If Technobabble truly wanted to be the only god, then their relationship could never last. So, even though he says that Technobabble gave him the powers, he doesn't trust Technobabble anymore. He thinks he's going to turn on him. And just staying there is going to get him killed, essentially. So it kind of ends with him realizing there's no better way to say this. There's no fancy way to just say, I don't feel safe. And honestly, Niam has every right to not feel safe. Because in this world there were not just those three of Technobabble, Bucket, and Niam, but there were also Connie Sequential and Viscous Petalgrove, both of whom Niam doesn't name drop here. But they both vanished. If you look back at the actual page 4, Niam saw Technobabble use the machine. And the only ones that Technobabble would use a god-ending machine on are Hibiscus Petalgrove and Connie Sequential. So, though it doesn't state directly what happened, there is good reason to assume that Technobabble is not exactly in the right here. Yeah, I highly recommend, if you're interested in this kind of in-depth lore, you check out the stream that I did earlier today, where I go over all of the actual world set pieces that break into more of this lore and what has happened in this ruined city you see in the backdrop. Thanks for watching!